Are you ready to learn? Because my super experienced guests are ready to share some really valuable information. Make sure and listen all the way to the end to get help and support. So let's start with the best audio experience.
Hello everyone and welcome to our show. Today we discuss about SEO in specific countries, especially we are going to touch Brazil, and I'm excited to discuss this topic with Diana Martins. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine, thank you. You? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Only the internet connection doesn't work today good, but I hope we will have this connection. So I change some different connections, but that's okay. We can go ahead with that. Okay, before we start, just tell more about your experience, background, and why you pay attention with SEO niche, why you didn't choose other digital marketing techniques, why SEO?
First, I have beginning with content marketing on
Mm-hmm,
my internship. So
mm-hmm,
I had to do a lot of content there. But before I have studied HTML, I really like things like codes and just nerd things. So I wanted something that I can work with content, but at the same time with something more like programmer, dev.
mm-hmm,
And then I discovered SEO. This is in 2000, I don't know, 5 years ago. I've learning with Richard Faney. He's the manager of SEO on B2W here in Brazil, and is a big e-commerce on our country. So in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is really amazing, but I'm scared. But with the time, I have learning a lot of things, technical SEO mostly, and now I'm here. And last year, I have finished my post graduation, my MBA in UX, and
mm-hmm,
I'm really happy to today know more about it and connect with SEO because I have saw that this is something that in Brazil is not something like people don't know a lot about it and the
mm-hmm,
importance of UX in SEO. So this
mm-hmm.
is something that I really want to share with everyone I can. So thank you for letting me be here to talk about it. And
Mm-hmm.
with
Nice,
the
nice. Love
time,
your experience.
yeah, with the time, I have been on Berlitz, which is
Mm-hmm.
um, language center in the world. We had
Mm-hmm.
more than 19 countries, and the SEO in Brazil was really terrible on the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of
Mm-hmm.
challenges there, but it was really amazing because I learned a lot, a lot, a lot. And this changed my mind for SEO because I had to do
Mm-hmm.
like everything on the website, on the blog of the company. And we have a growth of like more than 100% for organic traffic. So it was really amazing. Um, and after that, I have been on HostGator. I don't know if you know this company, but they have websites for you have your website there, and I have a lot of challenges there as well. They are a company that are growing up a lot, not just in Brazil, but in USA and Europe. So on the beginning, I have to do a lot of content, and this is I discovered that's not thing that I like a lot. And then I have to go forward because I really don't want it to be on a company that I'm doing just content. So I started on Amaro, is a fashion company, and this is something that I like. So I have to unify things that I like so much, that is SEO and fashion. So it was really great because I was just doing SEO, but just SEO, technical SEO mostly. And I discovered like, okay, now I really know what I like, what I want to do. And it's SEO, but I want to do some content as well. Not do the content, but optimize the content, um, analyze the keywords, things like that. So now I am at Rock Content. I think this is a company that a lot of SEOs in Brazil and USA now, Mexico knows. And we are trying to go to Europe now and be more strong on other countries. And yeah, that's it mostly. I just made a resume here of everything.
Yeah, got it, got it. Yeah, nice, nice. Love your experience. Okay, I have the first question about what is the main difference SEO in Brazil and other countries?
I think in Anatoly, internet has dropped.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I don't
anyway,
know what's going on.
yeah, dropped. He's back.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Today
you
it's
gonna
terrible. I
ask?
don't know.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
how is
what
it.
is what is the main difference SEO in Brazil and other countries? What do you think?
Mm, I have worked with international SEO as well, and I've noticed that people in other countries really pay attention to like results. They want results fast. And here in
Mhm,
Brazil, we know this is a work that uh, take time. And if we want quality, we have to be patient. So, for example, I have worked with someone from Netherlands, and the client was like, "I want to have results like next month," and I was like, "I'm sorry, I
mhm,
think this is not gonna be possible." Because
mhm,
mostly the website has beginning like a new um, website, so they don't have any authority in his website. So for next month, impossible. And then
mhm,
I've not said with other clients that things are really like that, like they think
mhm,
SEO is something magical. I think is it, but not magical like that. Like to
mhm,
happen, things have to happen, day to another one. So, and another thing I notice with the countries is that things seems like a little bit technical, more technical than natural. We know
mhm,
that Google has asking us to work with this, working to the user, not to us, not to our website. So this is something that I really believe, and I talk about it a lot with my partners on work. We have to work with the naturality of the tests of the articles. In the website itself, we have to bring more user experience to our consumers. So if the consumer have good experience and good articles to read, to see, they're gonna be happy and they're gonna have our product. So
mhm,
these have to be warm relationship you know
mhm.
I think
Yeah,
that.
got it. I think that I know something about SEO in Brazil because Neil Patel jumped on this field, and today we can see that his traffic in Brazil is much higher than in the US. And because of competition, it's not high like in English-speaking countries. Can you tell more about that? For example, I can compare with Russian-speaking countries, Ukrainian-speaking countries, and in my cases, we can see that competition is lower, but we have some different methods of promotion. It's not related to English speaking methods when we use outreach, building relationships, but in these countries, in most methods, many companies are using some black hat techniques because Google can't take them, or I don't know, catch all this SEO specialists. What do you think about in Brazil? Which methods is better to use, and why?
You have talked about the traffic of new Patel here in Brazil. This is because Brazilian people really like to study and are curious people, So,
Mhm.
for example, myself, I have seen a lot of contents from you, but I have always checking the competitors of him. And
Mhm.
now at our content and we are like competitors. So I
Mhm.
have to study him now.
Mhm.
But anyway, talking about Black Hat and countries to that do that. One of these clients that I have told you, international SEO. He wants to do Black Hat, and I told him, please don't do that,
Mhm.
because with in the beginning it can work, but with the time this is gonna drop like coming from like I don't know big mountain, and gonna drop a lot and there is no way back. So, like I said, we have to be patient and work with uh, people that really know what they are doing. If you work like that, with that is not important, it's not gonna be important as well to Google. So Google is really paying attention to that now. So this is something that I really don't like. Um for example, another thing is buy links. I don't like it. I really don't like it. And I know that there are a lot of persons that do this kind of thing even today, even knowing that Google don't like it. And I'm really like, I don't know. I really don't like it. But here in Brazil, people are we have just a few professionals of SEO. It's really a little. We have like 1 million of professionals of SEO in USA. In
1 million?
Brazil,
It's a lot.
yes,
A
yes,
lot.
almost that. I don't know if probably there are more, but I don't know
Mhm.
how is it now. And if we compare with Brazil, we have like 110 of that.
Mhm.
So it's really we don't have a lot of professionals of SEO. Like for
Mhm.
example, there's a time I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you a story. There's a time that I was always on LinkedIn receiving invites to interviews and those kind of things when I was in Hostgate or in the Amaro. And I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Everyone is fighting for me. And not
Mhm.
just me, but my friends of SEO too. And I was like, there's no professionals in Brazil. And when
Mhm.
I have made up research about it, I have checked that we have just one of 10 the number of 1 million in Brazil.
Mhm.
So it was like we just have it in Brazil. So that's why people here like is always searching for do the best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
When we do the best work that we can with SEO, we can have this attention from the market.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why Brazilian professionals are always searching for the companies,
Mm-hmm.
and we are really curious, and we have a traffic that is always big, even in e-commerce, because here in Brazil, people really use the internet, not just to TikTok and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
but they want the best, So
Mm-hmm.
it's really a
Yeah,
hard work
got it.
for the consumer.
Okay, I have the question about if some companies wanna move to Brazil to take this trade from, I don't know, like to cover international trade. What they need to do first? For example, if they wanna get SEO traffic in Brazil to sell products to get traffic, do you can you provide some checklist for companies that have some traffic in the US, Canada, or any other countries, but they want to start in Brazil? Do they need to take new domain, or they can use old domain just to submit URL with region? And yeah, just provide more insights about that.
Yeah, we have to do then the hreflang, right?
Mm-hmm,
Use the same domain, because if they want authority here in Brazil, they're
mm-hmm,
gonna need it. So uh, the thing is, people that do SEO for other countries, they need to know about culture. Because, for example, if you came to Brazil and uh, see how things is, you're gonna know that Portuguese of Brazil is kind of different of Portuguese from Portugal, and that is really different. When I see some websites that is working um, for against countries come to Brazil and want to work it with SEO, and when I saw they are doing Portuguese from Portugal, I'm like, oh my god, no,
mm-hmm.
no. So my advice is like, please, um, you have to bring someone that is Brazilian, because SEO it's really connected with culture of the countries. We don't like, for example, in her content or um, publishers from the blog. We have in USA, Mexico, and Brazil. We asked our copywriters to do that in English and Mexico. They are really from the country. They are from Mexico and they are from USA, because they know the culture of the countries. So I think that is most important when some company comes to Brazil to have the product salad. So just contract someone of Brazil to do SEO for you.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine Portugal and Brazil, different continents, a different mindset, mentality.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and sometimes I don't remember exactly, but I was in Mexico and I tried to speak with a guy from Argentina and a guy from Spain. And that was interesting. They didn't understand each other. Yeah, they speak Spanish, but it's different Spanish.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I
And
think it's the same with Brazil. Hmm.
yes, exactly. And Spanish from Argentina, Colombia, and Mexico are kind different too. I'm working.
Hmm.
My boss, she's from Colombia, and she always are telling us that it's really different than Mexican Spanish. So it's
Hmm.
really
Yeah.
it's something like really good and curious to know, because
Hmm.
when we are away from the reality, we are like can see the same way, but it's really different. So this is
Hmm.
something that's cool on SEO too.
Yeah,
SEO
yeah.
involves
So yeah,
a lot of things, right?
yeah, and it's interesting that many webmasters usually order services from one agency that that help to get traffic from many different countries. Ukraine, US, Spain, Italy. But when I ask them, do they speak all these languages? They reply, no, no, they don't need it. Why? Why? How you don't need it?
Oh my
How
god.
you wanna get results without understanding language? How you can create content, or even if you don't create content, you need to analyze it. You need to understand what type of content to compare user intent to create link building campaigns without understanding language. I don't know how it's possible. Yeah, so
Google
don't
Translate.
waste your money. Yeah, don't waste your money. Just find experts in some specific countries. Okay, let's talk
Yeah.
about
Sure.
link building. Can you tell
Yeah.
about link building? How, by the way, we have the question: can we trust blogger outreach platforms or tools like Help of Reporters Other for link building? Uh, I think Help of Reporters Auto it's only for English-speaking countries. I'm not sure it works in Brazil because I didn't see any Portuguese content there. So yeah, but I like it. It works well. So if I have time, I usually submit my request in Haro because it helps to get authoritative links. If you wanna use it, just do it, but don't try to submit a lot of requests. It's better less but quality. So yeah, it works. Or cooperate with experts who have experience with that, because some experts, even Brian Dean, I remember, ordered the service from other SEO agencies because he paid attention to other priorities. That's okay, and we know that he is one of the greatest link builders, but that's okay if you delegate tasks to others. And for example, from my experience, when I'm trying to reply to requests in Haro, I know it's hard for me to be in time, to I don't know, to lose all other tasks more important for me. So yeah, just it's better to cooperate with experts in this niche. Okay, I want to ask you about link building in Brazil. Can you tell more about that? How to choose right methods, and how do we know it will provide results?
Like I said before, there's some people that buy the links, but I don't like to do that. My idea when I'm working with link building is to bring partners that are working with the same market than that I am. For example, in raw content, sometimes we have like I forgot the word in English.
Mhm.
We invite someone that knows a lot about SEO.
Delegate tasks. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And he share for example, um we have a lot of interviews with a lot of persons that knows about SEO or digital marketing, things like that. And we put the link of this person, the website, the company anyway, a lot we have a lot of options here.
Mhm.
And this person that have been interviewed by us, he put our link to this interview, and then we try to work with the relationship partners that we have, our group on raw content. And public relations are really important on this side for us. A thing that I always say is that SEO works with every part of the company. We have to work with public relations. We have to work with paid media. Uh, People think that paid media is really different than SEO, and it is. But when we work together, we can have better results. And with backlinks, not different. So I'm always trying to do these partnerships with people that is relevant on the market, and mostly with partnership. For example, guest post. This is
Mhm.
something that is really great to do. But buying links, I don't know, it's something good. When,
Mm-hmm.
for example, a website that is giving news about our market of digital market SEO give us a free backlink, we are like, oh, really happy to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So some links are organic, but
Mm-hmm.
we work more with these partnerships and with the public relations side of the company. So if you want to
Mm-hmm.
buy links for link building, do that, but have sure that the website that you are linking to and they are linking to you have a good authority domain and are something like we can trust on this website, because if Google knows that you are buying this is not gonna be good to you. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what makes a good link? I think I have responded at that, saying that
Mm-hmm.
the authority domain, you have to have a research about the company you have to the link, or you want to do a link to. For example, if I want have a link from a website of notes, for example, of news, I know this is a good website to work with. But if it's a website that you never seen before, what you gonna
Mm-hmm.
do? You're gonna prefer the news one. So yeah, it's almost that. And always checking the link itself on the URL, all right? And you have to see if this link is like I don't know, SEO in specific countries and not a lot of numbers and letters in the link,
Mm-hmm.
you know. This is
Yeah,
a quality.
got it. Got it. Okay, I have the question about content, created content. For example, if companies go to Brazil, right? Trying to sell there. How do they can? No, I mean, like to check out content. For example, if I hire freelancers or companies, when I can read content, when I can understand it's high quality in my native language or English language, I can understand it works. But if you order content from quite different language that you don't understand, can you provide some insights how to analyze that we get high quality links, high quality content, and how do we can measure that results will go good? In some time, because SEO is a long playing game, it takes time. But if you order some low quality services, and even big companies can do it. I can see, it's common thing, when companies are promising, yeah, you will get results, we have nice ratings, feedback, but when you are starting cooperating with them, you can waste like an year without results. Can you tell more about SEO Expert
Okay, internet is gonna drop again. So I think he wants me to talk to you guys about content, right? In
Yeah,
Brazil,
yeah,
that which countries that is coming to Brazil to work and sell the products and anything, right?
yeah, right, correct.
Okay, I think it's the same thing about SEO. When we translate directly from Google, we can understand, but we don't have, for example, knowledge about examples in Brazil. uh, how I can explain that. If I'm doing an article about, I don't know, uh, your website, I can give you some examples of another websites with the same market that you are doing in Brazil. So if you are from another country, you don't know anything about the other websites that I'm giving you the example in Brazil, because you are not Brazilian. So you have to know um, the culture again. This is coming again because it's true. So make sure that you are doing a good movement coming to another country with your product, with your e-commerce, with your website, because you this is not just translate. You are not in, you will not translate anything and have good results with that. We have just to work with the culture of the country you are inserting, so make sure that is a movement that you want to do, first of all, and study the country that you want to go, first of all, and make sure that you have a group of persons of this country that gonna work to you very well, because they know the country. There is a time ago that I'm working with a person from Colombia,
Mm-hmm.
and she had a lot of bad ideas about
Mm-hmm.
how I need to work with Colombia contents, for example. And I am like, but I don't know anything about your country. I'm sorry. Because on the articles there are a lot of like um special data from Colombia. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
anything. And like things they do, the coffee, the breakfast, everything they had on these articles. I don't know nothing. I just know about SEO, you know. So I didn't want to do that, because I told her this is something that I don't know to do. You have to do that because you are the best person to do that now. I'm Brazilian, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. And yeah, things like gonna be really bad if you don't know the culture of the country you are going in. And this example that I have give to you, it's that something like, okay, you have to do that. And I was like, no, I can't. And she had to bring someone from Colombia to work with her, because I was already working for the Brazil website and blog. And the blog articles are like growing a lot, and in Colombia it was
Mm-hmm.
really different. Some articles in Brazil works and some don't, and in Colombia same thing. So we
Mm-hmm.
have really to know about the culture of the country you want to work in.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's not only about the language. For example, when you create high quality content, valuable articles, you can spend a lot of time to improve quality, but results are not coming. You can get backlinks, you can do everything, but results are not coming. That's why when you, for example,
Exactly.
when you create 10 pages and only 2 pages can bring a high performance, that's okay. No worries about that. Just jump with that. It's like the Pareto rule, 20% of uh, your job can provide 80% of results, and it works for any niches. And for example, I often create content for my clients and analyze in Google Search Console. If I can see results from high quality content, I just keep it, because Google can judge themselves, who which content is to rank in the top 10. So I just take the content that gets impressions, results, ranking positions. It's better to improve it. Sometimes even, it's interesting that low quality content, from my point of view, gets results. So that's okay, just jump with that. Okay,
Exactly.
we have the question about backlinks from gov websites, if I understand correctly. It's like government or edu. uh, from my experience, it's more obsolete technique about scholarship programs, or I don't know, submissions in some I don't know, like profiles and other places where you can get these backlinks. What do you think? We have the question about that.
I really don't have any background about it, so I
Mm-hmm.
will not tell you did this works or no, because I don't
Mhm.
know if I say some shitty, you know. So I
Uh,
prefer not say anything.
okay. Let me share my experience. And
Yeah.
for example, if you can earn backlinks from government websites because they link to you because of high quality content, of some valuable content, yeah, it works well. It provides high authority. But if you use some methods, black hat techniques to create profiles on these websites, or scholarship programs, and John Mueller replies many times to this question that it doesn't work today. It's irrelevant content. It doesn't bring any results. So just learn before jumping on this field. And yeah, it depends on how do you earn these backlinks. If websites decided themselves to link to you, it works well. Because you get editorial links. But if you use some black hat techniques to find gaps on these websites where you can submit your backlink, it doesn't work. So yeah, it's my opinion. You can analyze in your specific cases. And we have the question about which SEO expert do you follow or will suggest me to follow? Oh, interesting about that. Do you have Lavian your expert?
Which SEO expert I follow? Well, I think Sage from the Search Engine Journal. He's
Mhm,
really amazing person.
mhm,
Richard Fanny, that I have told you, it was my mentor in SEO, and I'm always reading the Search Engine Journal because there's a
mhm,
lot of people there that's specialists. They are always talking with Google.
mhm,
So this is the easiest way to know more about SEO, because we know SEO is changing like every time, every day,
mhm.
every hour. Mostly, probably now are changing something.
Yeah. And yeah, I personally, I don't know. I have my Loving resources. It's a bunch of resources. I don't know. It's like 50 websites, and I check out them on feedly.com. Where I can submit on one feed to learn from them, to read them, almost every single day. Depends on my time. But yeah, I love to learn from anyone who can share some new valuable insights. And if I see well-known content, so I can skip it. Just search for new ideas, interesting ideas about SEO. Okay, I have the question about your predictions in SEO. What kind of future are you expecting in this field? Do we need to pay attention today, or it's better to jump to metaverse, artificial intelligence, or other niches because they might overcome in one day SEO? SEO is growing or is dying? We always get this question on this field. What do you think about that?
I always die when I see someone telling us that the SEO is dying.
Mhm. Okay.
Because I think SEO is something that is human. We have to analyze. We have
Mhm.
to put our hands on. So we can of course work with EA, and with metaverse. Why not? And
Mhm.
something, my work of the college was about EA,
Mhm.
and it was really cool to do this work because I saw that we could do a lot of things with that. So
Mhm.
SEO, it's on everything, like I said before. We have to work with partnerships inside the company. We have to work with our consumers. We have to work with everything. If you have a company, don't matter what is it, you have to know about what your clients are saying to the customer experience. You have to know what the consumers are buying more on your e-commerce, for example. Just
Mhm.
uh, knowing about your customer, you will have a good background for your SEO to improve more. So this is something that I really believe, and as a person that worked with UX as well, I really believe that it's human, this contact. You have to know, you have to have empathy. You have to
Mhm.
have it.
Mhm.
So if you have empathy with the consumer, with people that are working with you, you will have a good SEO. And
Mhm.
when we write a content, for example, we have to do this on a natural way. um, Before 1 hour ago, before I talked to you, I was saying to my partner on raw content exactly that. Um, when we have a keyword that is, for example, SEO e-commerce, okay, you gonna put this exactly word on your title. No, please don't do that. Put like SEO for e-commerce, SEO for something, because Google, that you are putting more a lot of effort to bring this keyword up on the first page. And
Mhm.
when you do it naturally, you are doing the job that Google wants to you to do. So,
Mhm.
um, if you give your content that is written by a person and not by a robot,
Mhm.
you are giving a good experience, not just to your customers, but to our master Google.
Mhm. Nice,
So
nice.
I think it's that. I think we have this human um, job to do in SEO for a long time. So
Mhm.
I believe that. I want to believe because I want to work with SEO for like always until I die.
Yeah, yeah. I can tell more. Today we can see that SEO is growing. We can see it.
Yeah,
And uh, it will not drop in one day. So if we can see that it's diminishing, if we can see that results are not going well, so it takes time. Many years. It's not for a few
exactly.
days, for a few weeks. It probably takes 5 years, 10 years, and that's okay if you can at that time find new methods, new marketing channels. I think that I changed a few ones as well. So that's okay to learn about metaverse, artificial intelligence, or anything else. Jump on TikTok. It's up to you. Consider
Yeah,
multi-channel approach. Because even if SEO is growing, doesn't mean that Google will love your website all the time. Things change.
exactly.
Algorithms can drop your website before SEO will drop.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And as I said before, for example, here in Brazil, there's always people looking for someone that do SEO.
Mm-hmm.
That's indicates to us that SEO is growing. So,
Mm-hmm.
of course, we had some people and companies that don't know yet the importance of that, of SEO, but they will. In some way, they will. They will
Mm-hmm.
see that like, this is not more enough. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sometimes SEO uh, is coming up to these companies.
Mhm. Okay, Diana. Yeah, it's a big pleasure to get you on my show to learn from you. I'm sorry for my connection in the beginning of our podcast, but right now yeah, it's working well. I don't know how things happen, and
Don't
yeah, it's a
worry.
big pleasure to learn from you. You share a lot of value. Tell our audience how they can reach out to you, learn more about you, follow you.
You can guys see me on LinkedIn mostly. LinkedIn. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn is D Martins.
Mm-hmm.
DEDEH Martins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They will have the link here, but anyway. Uh,
I'll
and
share
about
all these links.
Okay, and about the the connection of your internet, don't worry, you can at least edit on Spotify and those programs.
Okay, guys, you can find all these links to Diana Martins in the description below. Listen us on Apple, Google, Spotify. Thanks again for your time. Yeah, big pleasure.
Thank you.
Welcome anytime. Yeah, I love learning new insights. And yeah, I'm going to visit Brazil one day. I wanna be on this
Yes,
carnival.
please. You love Carnival. It's really amazing.
Y-
I don't like it a lot, but I like because something like really amazing. I don't like a lot because I'm not a social person, but
uh-huh.
but
I know.
it's amazing.
Yeah, I love this carnival just to watching videos about carnival, but
Yeah,
when when
it's really
yeah
cool.
yeah, it will be great
And
to
the
be one
food
day there.
here, the food is the best thing of Brazil, I think.
Okay, nice. Okay,
And
guys,
thank you for having me here. It's really a pleasure. I hope that I can um, bring you and the audience a lot of knowledge, at least
Mhm.
something.
Okay, thanks guys for listening and watching us.
Thank